they bring in the course of the year, they get a little bit more money for that. If they don't, you know, and you don't, you know, you have to watch the contract length of the person and all this other stuff. They've got to be willing to work for their money, not just be given to it. So they're going to have, yeah, a great resume is good, track record. That's what you have a hiring committee to do, to look through that stuff, do a background check on the person, run a credit history on them, all that stuff that we do. But I think, you know, a base salary that they can live on up here in the UP, and if they work really hard, they can make more money. And I think that's the way it should go.
Well, and the demand on them would be, you're probably going to work 10 or 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Maybe 6 if you have to. That would be my expectations. And that, therefore, to earn that kind of money, realistically, because that kind of money, I'm telling you, yeah, we don't earn the wages up here that they do in other locations, I can tell you that.
But to get one of those locations.
But you got to pay somebody to get results, too.
I have a question, Kim. Okay, so what would you need from Ontonagon in order to move forward with this?
Okay, and I never, you know, if you noticed how I dodged around Victoria's question about how long that would take, she probably got back to it. But, and I jokingly say, because Frank asked the right question. When he said, what's our chances? And I said 50%. They've basically made me an offer that said we can put 50 or 60 grand on the ground pretty quick. All right? In the government's language, pretty quick could be a month or two. Okay? What I need from you guys, though, as I talked over there, I think I told Tom, that you have to support this as a committee, and the county has to support it, and hopefully all your townships or municipalities have to support it, including the village of Ontonagon, because without letters of support, I'm not going to get there. Whoopiter is willing to take the chance. If EDA says to me, we'll give you 50 or 60 grand to start the process, and then you got to have considerably more money, and I'm willing to take the risk that they will come through with more money. I want to see an 18-month position. That's what EDA talks, because if you haven't shown proven results after 18 months, you're not going to get any more of their money, period. So if Whoopiter took those, and if you guys backed it after tonight's meeting, and I got back with Baldini tomorrow and said, this is what I heard tonight, he's going to start calling Jack Price down at EDA. Jack's going to call me, and then if Jack gives me the yes, we can get you the 50 or 60 grand to start with, then I would say I got to have a search committee, and I got to figure out where I'm going to advertise the position right away. Do I go outside? And that search committee would be in charge of saying, no, we don't want you to go nationwide, and I don't think we want nationwide. Do I want you to go to Detroit, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and all the local papers? There's the first decision I'd have, you know, has to be made. And I don't want to make that myself, to tell you the truth. Because the more decisions that I make without somebody else helping to guide that, the more risk I take of getting the wrong person. And that is certainly something we don't want to do. So how long does that take to get those ads in the paper, and how much money does it take?
If we go that route with you, okay, and you make the call, and Baldini talks the price and everything else, and we get the 50 to 60 grand of fast money, and everybody goes along, the 60 grand probably gets us halfway home from a financial standpoint of where you'd have to be in a year from a combined wage, benefits, travel, other expense money. We're only looking at half.
Less than half.
Okay, less than half even. All right. By going with you then, what's the proposal of the process for the other half of the money?
MEDC, number 2, is as soon as they understand that there's something coming out of locals, I got to tell you that's real important. You guys got to show some kind of commitment that's besides sitting in this room. That's all there is to it. MEDC sees that EDA has committed. We get Ann Jousma Miller with those letters and the counties and the municipalities. It's going to take an effort. There's no question. That's where the other money's going to start coming from. And at the same time, I'm telling EDA, you gotta come up with more than 50 or 60, and I'm gonna count on that guy that was standing over in that room there, because without him, EDAs, they serve six states.